The Parliamentary Elections Office is asking the public for patience as it facilitates continuous voters registration and reissuance of voters registration cards. As of the end of last month, 16,415 of the over 79,000 registered voters have had their IDs replaced since the process started in February, and 1,274 new voters have registered. Registered electors are required to present their expired cards, birth certificate or valid passport when making the application, as well as have their photo taken, fingerprint scanned and signature renewed. System Administrator at the Parliamentary Elections Office, Michael Millett, says the process is necessary because the system requires that a person is doing the registration in person.
We have the information from since someone was registered. If somebody gets 10 replacement cards, we have the information. But because of the integrity of the system, we have to ensure, one, the person who is registering is a live person, someone who is alive. Secondly, we have to ensure that you who are registering. So it's not just about document, but we want the living person who is there. So we need you, we need your picture, we need your fingerprint, we need everything. So a person may say, well, everything is in the system already. Why not just do a reprint? The system, because of the nature and the security that is involved, doesn't allow us to just reprint a card.
Complaints have been made about the length of time it takes before someone who applied for the new ID card receives it. But Mr. Millett explains the process takes some time, coupled with the restrictions of the COVID-19 pandemic.
So prior to this heavy influx of registration, a card would have taken on average about 2 weeks, sometime less, sometime a little more, but no longer than 2.5 weeks. And this is normal registration. Now where we're talking about 1,000+ registration going on per day with all these visits and so that has to be done, it means we're going to have a bottleneck somewhere. But I can safely say that even as we speak, all persons who are registered up to the 28th of we're in October. Persons who are registered up to September, these cards have already been printed. So persons were complaining that we were held back a bit in terms of getting their cards, but I can tell you that we are almost where we want to be, where we can get back to that 2 weeks, 3 week cycle. So we're just asking persons to bear with us because of the volume of cards.
He says they have also put measures in place to mitigate against a backlog from reoccurring.
This is also one of the reasons why the new cards, the expiration date is varied on the different cards. So unlike we had where everybody's card was expiring on the 31st of January, and we have this heavy influx now, the new cards with the expiration date, although it is for another 10 years, but the dates wouldn't all expire at the same time. So we wouldn't have another period where we have all these people, 80,000 people having to replace their cards at the same time.
Blossom Alexis Welsh, GBN News.